Hello, I'm Jess with the Lompoc Public Library, and we are here today to do a craft as part of our Reading Colors Your World. Today's craft is painting coffee filters to make a coffee filter butterfly. If you had picked up our craft kit, you will find 2 coffee filters, a paint set, and all you'll need to supply is a cup with water. All right. We're going to take one of the coffee filters, we're going to spread it out, and we're going to choose a color to paint. Take the water and get the paintbrush all nice and wet. You can also do this with any of the paints, crayons, markers. Make sure they're washable markers, and any coffee filters you have at home. We're going to be doing a tie-dye technique with it as well. So for completing this, you will also need a place where you can place this to dry. It usually takes about 10 to 30 minutes for this to dry when it's ready. That's another step. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to pick a color to paint. You can always do a design with it or just splash some color on there. When we tie-dye it, it'll bleed together and make a really fun design. You notice I did put some water in there just to get an idea of how it will bleed through, to give me an idea for what design I would like to do. Another tip is to use a marker or a pencil to draw out your design and then paint it in, with the understanding that's not going to look quite like a detailed design when it's done. So we're going to just take some color and mark this out. It does not have to be perfect or all that neat, just because it will not stay exactly where it is at the end anyway. And if you're using the paints we provided, they do take quite a lot of water to get ready. So we'll just paint some more in this color. You can choose any of the colors you would like. The idea is that these colors will blend together to make a pattern similar to what you might see on a butterfly. And that way we can make a pretty cool design. All right. What's neat about the coffee filters is that it's a very thin paper, so it really absorbs that paint quite nicely. And really good for this tie-dye technique that we'll be using. You can also make other animals or plants. One of the things you will need for this is some sort of string, twine, or what we will be using is what's left over of a pipe cleaner to make this particular project. Right, so we're just going to paint some more and maybe a different color. You have 5 color options here, but you can also combine those colors to make something else, like purple or brown or whichever color you would like, pink. So I have 2 colors on here so far, so I'm going to make 2 colors on the other side. So far, if you're following along, I've painted green and orange on this side, and I'm going to pick 2 more colors for this other side. What colors did you pick? If you're following along with us this summer, we are also reading or listening to audiobooks. And we are posting our what we read on Beanstack. So be sure to log your reading and your book reviews on Beanstack. You can also find links to this video and other videos on Beanstack. So be sure to log in and see what's new. We are coloring this time with the various paints because reading does color your world. And so we're going to bring some bright light into it with these colorful creations. These also make for great decorations for your room, or even if you make it small enough for lockers or cars or wherever you like to personalize your space. And as you can see, I now have 4 colors through this. Next, I'm going to take some of the water. I'm just going to sprinkle it. If you happen to have water you put in a spray bottle or even just under the faucet real quick, just a very light coating of water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it actually on the edge and have it wash through the whole thing. So that way I don't get too much water soaking through. So you can see I'm just letting it pour right through. All right. I'm actually gonna, because I have an extra bit of water, so I'm gonna actually fold it. Let the water go all the way through. And then pull it out. You can also dunk it, like crush it up and then dunk it in. And then you see that it's nice and wet and it's starting to bleed through. So now we're gonna put it to the side to dry. Leave it over here. All right, now I happen to have made one earlier that is now dry. And as you can see, the colors kind of blended together a bit on this pattern. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in a bit, just in half, ever so little. And I'm going to make a fan shape, so I'm going to pick one side to fold, the other side. I'm going to keep flipping it over to fold like a fan. So I get that nice accordion shape going. And then I'm going to pull it out a bit. Keep it a little scrunched, so it's not fully extended. This would be fully extended. It's just a little crunched. I'm going to take a pipe cleaner, but you can take string, yarn, ribbon, whatever you happen to have on hand. If you got the kit, you might have twine, yarn, or a pipe cleaner. So then I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and put it over, folding in half. And then right where it meets at the top, I'm going to start twisting. I'll just twist 2 or 3 or 4 times. Then I'm going to bend it a little this way, a little this way to make antennae. So now we have a bit of the head and the antennas. This makes the body, and then the rest of the coffee filter makes the wings. So then now I'm going to spread it out a bit to get the full effect of the wings. I found I had it a little too high, so I'm going to twist it a little more, a little further down. You can adjust to suit your tastes. All right, now I have my coffee filter butterfly. And that is how to make a coffee filter butterfly. You can also use the pipe cleaner or string to make different animals, or you can even try some origami to make a more 3D animal or box or boat or airplane, and whatever inspires you. And that is how we're going to make our tie-dye coffee filters. So this is also a nice technique for those that drink coffee, to be able to reuse the coffee filters and upcycle them in a fun way, right? And that was our how-to video. Be sure to log your reading and your book reviews on Beanstack.